So before I go over my September budget, I wanted to kind of do a recap of my August budget because I didn't really post an August budget video last month because things were kind of crazy. But you guys said that you wanted to see what a crazy budget looked like while we're in the middle of our move and what is different now that we are not living in Florida and we're kind of living in short-term rentals. This is the Clever Fox budget planner, and it's the budget planner that I've been using for a while, and I really love it because it's really good at helping me stay on track and then also helping me set goals. So this is the end of the month review, and this is for August, and it has a section here for like home, food, healthcare, personal entertainment, transportation, and other. And so these are my home expenses, and we are staying in Tennessee and paying for Airbnbs, and we also went camping to save a little bit of money this month, quite a bit of money actually. And then we're also paying some housing expenses in Florida. Our total housing expenses came to $21.79 for August. And then our food, I had budgeted $100, but I ended up spending $351. Tennessee groceries are just less expensive than Florida groceries. And then healthcare, health insurance. Everybody always asks how we get our health insurance so low, and we go through healthcare.gov. It is based on your income. So if you're struggling to pay your healthcare cost, definitely go check that out. I'll link it down below. And then I have a life insurance policy for $35. And then we have some miscellaneous expenses, and this is just like household products, pet food. We didn't have a washer and dryer in our last AirBnB, so I was having to buy disposable diapers and wipes. But we just moved to a new Airbnb, and we do have a washer and dryer. So that expense should go down this month. I have budgeted $100 for like events and fun. I want to make sure while we're staying in Tennessee that we're able to do some fun things. We ended up only spending $28 though, because there are so many free things to do here. And that $28 was actually on food at an Asian festival that was here. The festival itself was free, but you know, there was a lot of good food that we needed to try. And then transportation, car insurance, gas, and we've been hiking a lot, so we ended up buying a hiking pack for our 9-month-old for $80. It's a really nice pack. We got it used on Marketplace, but that was like an unexpected expense that I decided that we needed to make in order to make our lives more fun and enjoyable. But our total budgeted amount for August was $3,099. I ended up spending $3,016. So even with that extra expense, the difference was I was under budget $83. So this is really my favorite part of this planner, is where you get to fill in like your spending analysis, and you get to know like the percentage that you're spending in each category. We have our budget pretty low, so our housing expenses are like ridiculously high right now. It's just a huge percentage of our total budget, and that's because we're paying for housing in both Florida and Tennessee. So the goal is to get this lower, but everything else I feel like is pretty good. And then there's always these questions that I like to answer every month. This is really helpful. My biggest win, we had some much needed fun. We were working really hard to get our house in Florida done, and we didn't really have a whole lot of fun while we were doing that. So since we've been here, we've been doing a lot of fun stuff and hanging out with friends and family and stuff like that. Did you achieve this month's goals? Yes. Did you meet your budget? Yes, I was under budget by $83. Where did you have the most trouble and where could you improve? So we need to get our housing down by November, and I'm going to explain that more in another video that I've already filmed. I just need to get posted. Actions I will take next month to increase my income. I'm going to keep working on YouTube. And then actions I will take next month to cut my expenses, gas, groceries, cloth diapers. I'll explain that in a second a little bit more. So now let's go and look at my budget for September and how things are going to be a little bit different. This is like where you pre-plan your budget at the beginning of the month and where you write in like all your bills and when they're due. And then like your monthly goals. So my goal this month, so car insurance in Florida is way more expensive than car insurance in Tennessee. Because we don't have a permanent housing here in Tennessee, I don't know if we can get our car insurance switched over, but I'm going to do a little bit of research in that and see if we can't get lower rates since we're like kind of living in Tennessee right now. But I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that since we don't have a permanent address here. I need to work on housing after November the 6th. I'm going to be posting a video explaining that a little bit more, but we are out of money for like our short-term rentals. Come November the 6th, we had a budget amount of money that we were going to spend, and that's running out. So we got to make a decision. The Airbnb that we're staying at now has a washer and dryer, which I did not realize how important a washer and dryer was because the place we were staying in last month did not have a washer and dryer, and I was not able to cloth diaper. I was buying disposables, which can get pretty pricey. So this month we have a washer and dryer in our Airbnb, and I'm going to start using them again. I'm extremely excited about that. The place we're staying in now is very close to downtown Knoxville, so we can walk a lot more. So I expect our gas to go down quite a bit. And we also were given an e-bike to test out for a company. So I'm going to be using the e-bike a lot, and I'm going to be doing a video in the future about what I think about that e-bike, like a review video. So stay tuned for that. I want to decrease our groceries because groceries are a lot less expensive here, and we were budgeting $100 a week when we were in Florida, but I think we can get our groceries down even quite a bit lower than that. I still have $100 budgeted a week for this month, but I think we're going to see how low I can get them. And then to increase my income, which is mostly going to be through YouTube. My YouTube channel has actually been doing pretty well, enough to pay our bills with the exception of like our Airbnb. That's coming out of our savings. So I would like to get that income above just enough to pay our bills so I can start putting some money back in savings. And then this little section over here is just like your bills and expenses. We are not putting any money in savings right now because things are a little crazy right now. So we have paused all of our savings, and we have been doing that for the past few months. So that's kind of stressing me out, which is one reason why I'm trying to get our my income up quite a bit. And then this is just a calendar when all of my bills are due. And then this next page is what I showed you before in our August bills, and I just go ahead and like pre-fill this out at the beginning of the month. And my total budget for this month is $3,381. So the bills that we're still paying in Florida that we'll be able to get rid of as soon as our house sells is the water, utilities, and insurance, homeowners insurance on our Florida house. And that comes out to $426. So I'm looking forward to getting rid of those. Our monthly housing cost to stay in an Airbnb is $2,100, and that is way more than we've ever paid before to stay somewhere. But that does include like all of our utilities, internet, the house is fully furnished, all of our linen in the kitchen is fully stocked with like cookingware and all that stuff. So we looked really hard to find somewhere that was like affordable and would work for our family. And I feel like this is a very fair price. But obviously, we need to find something that's a little bit more permanent and less expensive, because that's getting pricey. It's adding up if we do that every month. So this is our grocery budget for the month. It's $100 a week. But like I said, I think I'm going to be able to get it quite a bit lower than that. I like to play the game of how low can you get your grocery budget, and I'm pretty good at doing that. I actually have a whole playlist on really low like grocery hauls for my family, so you can check that out, and we'll just see how low I can get it this month. I'm thinking definitely under $300. And then, like I mentioned before, insurance, health insurance and life insurance is the same that it always is. Miscellaneous, that's a little bit lower this month because I'm not having to buy diapers and wipes because I have a washer and dryer, and I'm going to switch back to cloth diapers. Events, fund money, still, I've got it at $100 just because I want to make sure that we have money to go out and do things when we want to, but I'm always looking for free stuff. Car insurance, hoping to get that lower. We'll see. Gas is lower. I actually think we can get it a lot under $50 because we're not going to be driving very much at all between the e-bike and being able to walk a lot of places because we're so close to downtown Knoxville. And then also I just want to show you this budget planner also has this expense tracker where you can track like every single expense for the month that you can just write down. Every time you buy something, you put it in here and what category it's in and the amount. I do this sometimes I don't do this because I can also keep track of this through my bank account. It kind of does it for me. But if you need this, it also has this. And then also these cash envelopes, which I also don't use because I don't really use cash. I like to use my card because I don't really spend that much money and I don't really like cash. And then these little stickers that you can stick on your thing. So I want to go ahead and answer a couple questions and address a couple things that I know are going to be asked in my comments. The first one is, why did we leave Florida before our house sold? Because it is obviously more expensive for us to leave Florida and stay in Tennessee. It is just a lot easier to sell a house when the residents aren't living in it. The house shows better, and then also like it's a lot less stressful for us. We have kids and pets, and so getting the house ready to show and then leaving the house every time somebody wants to see it is not a whole lot of fun. We did that when we sold our like original house in Tennessee before we moved to Florida, and it was just pretty stressful. So we decided we preferred not to do that again. We also have a lot of friends and family that live in Tennessee. We wanted to visit them, and we enjoy Tennessee. We don't want to necessarily live here again, but there are a lot of fun things to do here. We've had a great time hanging out with people, and we're really looking forward to spending fall here. The Airbnb that we're staying in right now, we have booked through the beginning of November, so we'll get to spend, you know, all of September and October here, and then maybe leave before it starts getting cold because I do not like the winters in Tennessee. Besides the cost of housing, like our other expenses are really low, and we are really frugal. We're debt free, including our house in Florida. We don't have a mortgage on that house. So the really like only big main expense that we're having right now is just our housing cost staying in Tennessee. Once we get something more permanent set up and we get rid of our Florida expenses whenever our house does sell, we will be saving a whole lot of money. So like this month, we're spending $2,100 on our housing cost in Tennessee. If we were to find something more permanent that we were able to pay for, that would knock our expenses down to under $1,300 a month. And then once our house in Florida sells, we're spending like just over $400 on just keeping our house going in Florida. And once we get rid of those, that'll drop our expenses down, if we got rid of like the Tennessee expenses plus the Florida expenses, to $850 or so. So our base expenses right now are really low. If we can just get a different housing situation set up, we can live on a pretty low amount of money. So that's kind of our goal. You know, obviously we want to increase our income and we're working on that, but the less money you have going out, the more freedom you have to spend the money the way that you want to. And we are in the transition period of getting ourselves set up in a much better financial situation than we were in Florida. It is costing us a little bit of money, like, to get there, but the long-term goals are there. And then we're also having like a lot of fun in Tennessee. So because we're so frugal, because we're debt-free, we are able to make these choices and make these changes. And that's why it's really important to be in a financial healthy situation, because you're able to make changes like moving or changing jobs or just whatever that is going to benefit yourself and your family the best. You know, if you've been following along, you know that we've had a really stressful beginning part of the year, and we are working on making things better, and things are getting better. And I really appreciate all of you guys who have been watching and supporting us. And I also just hope to offer some encouragement to you guys to really take control of your finances and get yourself in a good financial situation so that you have control of your life also. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, I will leave you a link below to a website where you can go to buy me a cup of coffee, or really just help support my family and my channel, because I'm not going to go buy a $5 cup of coffee. But the $5 will be very helpful in supporting my channel. And of course, just watching my videos is super helpful. So thank you guys so much. I have a lot more videos coming. We were camping last week, so I am kind of behind on posting stuff, but I did record stuff, and so stay tuned for those videos.